Hey guys, so unfortunately I wasn't able to put any videos out last week. I had planned time in my schedule to do a couple videos, and you know, things happen and I ended up way busier than I thought I would be. So this week's pretty busy as well, but I did want to take time to at least give you guys a quick update on what's been going on, because next week I'll be on vacation and I'm not sure if I'll have any videos out next week or not. If I am really good and can stick well to my to-do list, I should have a couple videos to put out next week for you guys that I'll film this week, but no guarantees on that because I am really not good at sticking to my to-do list and getting everything done on time. So anyway, what's been going on? Really not a lot. The pleco babies are doing good. Like you can see, there's a couple on the glass right here. There's 1, 2, there's a couple down there. And yes, there are some betta babies down there. I'll talk about those in a second. Plecos are doing good. A friend of mine sent me these caves, which I love. I'm gonna probably have to get more, even though I'm really cheap and would rather just use the PVC. They just look so much nicer, don't they? So I might have to stop being cheap and actually get some nice terracotta caves for my other plecos. But they're all doing good, just doing what they do. Like I said, there are some betta fry in here, and where those came from, basically, you guys that have been following for a while know I did a bunch of spawns, I don't know how long ago now, and they all died off within about 4 or 5 days. And after about 7 days, I wasn't seeing any fry. I was pretty sure all the fry were dead, so I stopped feeding the tanks, but I left them, you know, filled up because they had snails in there, they had plants, and I had other things going on, which I've already explained in other videos. So I just didn't bother to empty them out. Well, a couple weeks ago, I decided I would do some new spawns, and as I was emptying out those tanks to get ready for new pairs, I found fry. I found 3 fry in one tank, which are these crown tails, right, like this one right here. And then in another tank I found 1 fry, and then yet another tank I found another fry, so it's a total of 5. 3 crown tails, a veil tail right here, whose name is Free Willy. I'm not sure if you can see it, but for some reason their dorsal fin flops over. I've never seen that before, but it's cute. So his or her name is Free Willy. And then the half moon is around here somewhere. She's just kind of a grayish color right now, but I'm pretty sure she's going to end up coloring up to be kind of like a green body with maybe black fins. Should be pretty. But I just tossed those guys in here because this tank is really well aged. It's my oldest tank by far. And because it's old and it's planted, it's got all kinds of little micro critters that live in there, like, what do you call them, copepods and infusoria and all kinds of things. So since being moved into here, these fry have grown a lot. And of course, you know, I feed the plecos daily, so they're eating the pleco food now. This is shrimp wafers we're looking at. They also get bug bites and of course vegetables. But the fry pretty much always have nice big bellies like this one does. And they're growing really well, and I hope that I'll be able to jar them soon and really get them growing well. But it was nice to get some survivors from that catastrophe. I doubt these guys are gonna end up growing very large. They're probably gonna be pretty stunted. And you know, they're probably not going to end up being show fish or probably even breeding fish, but it's still nice that they were able to survive anyway. So that's the story on the betta fry that are living in the pleco tank right now. So we'll go take a look at some other stuff, and then we'll probably call it a day for this video. So like I said, I cleaned out these tanks to do some new spawns a couple weeks ago now. It might even been longer than that. I can't remember exactly when I set up these tanks. But I set up 8 spawns. Out of those 8, only 2 of them spawned. And of those 2, neither one was successful. They spawned. The first one ended up eating the eggs, and then the other one ended up eating the fry when they hatched. So 8 pairs, no fry, total dud. But, you know, we'll keep trying. As soon as I get back from vacation, everybody's going to start getting conditioned really well, and we'll start gearing up for some spawns for the fall. For right now, these guys are just hanging out in these tanks to keep them cycled, and plus, with them in tanks, it gives me one less jar I have to change. Which, speaking of jars, my last video I showed you unboxing the stuff for the new jar filters. And I had hoped to have them up before I go on vacation. I'm going to work really hard to make that happen, but I'm just not sure if it's going to get done or not. I'm going to try though, but basically here's what they're going to look like. And I'm going to film as best I can me making one of these so you can see it. But it's very simple. I took the film canister and I used a soldering iron to poke holes in it. Obviously, it's not very straight or very even. This was my first attempt. Hadn't used my soldering iron in years. But you get the idea. So it's going to have holes near the top and also holes in the top, which I know are really hard to see. I did not do a good job poking those holes, so they're kind of weird. Then one big hole in the top for the uplift tube. Now let me see if I can open this. Okay. Now the uplift tube has notches in the bottom. You guys can see that. So even when it's sitting flush on the bottom of the container, the water can still get sucked into the tube so it can go up. And we'll fill it up with the matrix media that you saw sitting in my pleco tank. I also have the rest of it in some other tanks. Fill it up with that and a little bit of gravel because the matrix media is not very heavy. And then it'll be basically a mini box filter. We'll have air coming through the top, which will cause water to get sucked in through these holes. It'll get pulled down through all the media down here and then back up the top. And it'll just sit in these jars like that. So again, hopefully that'll be up, or these will be up by the time I leave. If I'm able to do a video on it, it's not going to be put out probably until after I get back, just because I won't have time to make the video and then get it out immediately. But that's how far we are on the jar filter project right now. I did one. I have about 40-ish jars right now, give or take. So I need to make at least 40 of them before I leave, and it really shouldn't take that long. To make this, it really only takes about 5 minutes. It's just taking the time because, you know, I need to do it with the soldering iron. I obviously can't just sit at the couch and do it unless I want to get cancer from inhaling plastic smoke. So I have to do it outside. We've had people working on my deck all week and all last week. So I haven't been able to like go out on my patio or my deck except at night. So it's been a busy couple weeks. Anyway, I'm gonna try to get these done, but at least you guys can see what it's gonna look like. So, alright, I think that's everything. Oh, I need to show you guys hammer. Okay, the last thing that's been going on the last couple weeks is Mr. Hammer had some kind of fungal infection. It wasn't very serious. He's never, you know, shown any lack of appetite or, you know, lethargy. He hasn't acted sick in any way. But he was getting these weird fuzzies on his body and on the tips of his fins. In fact, you can see a little bit of it if he'll hold still on the edge of his caudal fin right there. A little white spots. So I tried treating him first with Canaplex because when it first started, it looked like he had just scratched his scales on the driftwood. And that didn't work, and it started to get more kind of fuzzy looking, like a fungus. So I treated with Jungle Fungus Clear. And that worked until I finished the dosing and took the medication out, and it came right back. So finally we went nuclear with the antifreeze green water, and what's in the water right now is API Fungus Cure, which is Victoria Green and Acroflavin. And it seems to be working. He's on his second dose. He still has a little bit of the fuzzies left. Hoping that's the last of it though. But like I said, it doesn't seem to be very serious. It's just a persistent infection. It's not responding well to the medication, but it's also not getting really bad. So anyway, that's the update on Hammer and the reason why he's in the nuclear green water. So, alright guys, that's my update for right now. I am going to try really hard to get another video out later this week and also get some stuff done so I can put out videos next week while I'm gone. And then when I get back, we'll resume a more regular scheduled program with weekly videos and hopefully get some spawns going and get the jar filter set up and new tank set up and all kinds of stuff going on. So, alright guys, I'll see you in the next video. I forgot I wanted to show you guys my painting that my viewer, my friend Mackenzie sent me. I think I mentioned it on one of the live streams I did with Jeanne, but I haven't shown it, and I really wanted to because I really touched and I love it. So Mackenzie sent me this beautiful painting of Susie totally as a surprise. She just messaged me out of the blue and asked if she could send me something. I had no idea what it was, and when it arrived it was this gorgeous painting that she had done, and I absolutely love it. I was so touched. Had it framed, and it's hanging here in the fish room so I can see it every single day, and I just love when I walk in and I can see it immediately as I can walk in. So just wanted to show that off and say thank you again. It really means a lot to me, and so happy to have Susie back in the fish room. So alright guys, I just wanted to add that on because I kept forgetting to show you guys.